Hi, Miss.
Hi, Nicole. Good evening. Oh, no. Good afternoon. How was everything?
It's okay, Miss.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
great.
less tired.
Yes, I could imagine. Because of you're gonna start with the university, things are gonna go. Maybe you're gonna be more busy, right?
Yes.
So you have to take advantage of the vacations that you're going to have. Maybe you're on vacation right now, or maybe are you taking some quick classes or
Kinda.
something like that?
I'm taking classes before because I'm going to start my preparatory classes of the university on January the next month.
Oh, so you have a short time in order to take a rest. So you have to take an advantage of that because when you enter to the university, things are complicated sometimes, but it's cute, right? You know new people, and then, so okay. Yesterday we couldn't have classes because of the of my internet. No, it was a how is it? It was I'm not sure if it was a problem with Chrome, but now it's done, right? Now we're gonna continue with the class. So can you please tell me to remember until what part we stop?
Um, we were on reported imperative pronouns.
Okay, okay, great. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Once you can see it, please let me know, but wait for a minute. Okay, my computer gets sometimes gets slowly, so okay.
I wanted to ask you if you solve the problem so I can do my homework.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Thank you for. Okay, we're gonna do it right now because then I'm going to forget. Um. So okay, you're going to have the video listening. Well, for listening one now because it's all information, right? As I told you, the homework sometimes I don't know why, but in some of my students they told me, teacher, what happened with the homework? You assigned me twice, and then so if you're gonna notice something like that, please just do it once, right? I don't know what happened to tell the truth. So I'm going to assign you right now. So, okay. I'm going to give you until tomorrow is Friday. Until tomorrow, it's okay? Until midnight?
Yes, it's okay.
All right. So you're going to have until midnight. And to make it fit, you're going to have an hour, almost an hour. And person is going to grade your capitalization. Is going to grade your punctuation. And you're going to have a model answer at the end of each exercise. So take care, please. So everything about the punctuation, and then you're gonna find it in the instructions, right? So you have to follow it as it is. Okay, so it is already assigned. Okay, so if you have any problem with it, or maybe any question with the homework, just let me know to my WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So today's lesson is about subject adjective classes. This lesson it's very simple. I really like this lesson because it's not something new, right? It's part of the grammar, right? In Spanish, is like literature, language, something like that, right? So it's not that difficult. So once, okay, first of all, we're gonna listen to the audio.
Hi, it's Emily again. You know me. I'm the one who teaches you grammar. Today, we're going to talk about adjective clauses. They're the clauses that begin with relative pronouns like who and that. We're going to study the ones that identify the subject of the sentence. Let's begin.
Okay, I'm the one who teaches your grammar. So this is going to help you, Nicole, when forward, right? At the moment when, you know, sometimes we want to write essays. So for that, for those specific topics, we need to know how to write and how it needs to be the sentence, right? Well structured. And this lesson, it's about it. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna listen to the audio.
Adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, identify nouns or indefinite pronouns, such as one, someone, and something.
You're the one who got me into this, Dean.
Who got me into this is an adjective clause. It identifies Dean. In other words, Dean got Jackie into the situation.
All right, so we have adjective clauses. The other name is relative clauses, right? These relative clauses are going to help us to identify nouns or indefinite pronouns in one sentence, right? Indefinite, when we say indefinite pronouns, are those nouns that we actually, or maybe we don't know. That's the reason of why it is called indefinite. We have one, someone, and something, right? One, I don't know who is this person. Maybe I could know, or maybe not. Someone and something are examples of what are the indefinite pronouns, right? The indefinite pronoun, the relative clause in this statement is one, right? You're the one. Oh, sorry, this is the indefinite pronoun, one. Then we have the relative clause, who. As you can see, when we're using who, it's talking about or is giving more information about the person, about the noun or indefinite pronoun, okay? So that's the function of the relative clauses. It helps us to identify which is the noun, who is the person maybe, what is the object in one sentence. If we're not gonna have this relative clause, right? It has a name though. You're the one who, you are the one got me, but what? Something is missing, right? So if the other function is that maybe it could help us to, could you please give me a second? All right, I'm back. So I was telling you, as I was telling you, this is the sentence. Please provide more information. You're the one. So another thing that you have to know about this sentence is that we have two clauses. You are the one, and we have another clause. What is a clause? A clause is formed by a subject and verb. If I have this one, so it is called a clause. We have dependent clauses and independent clauses. We're going to look for it forward, but this is the first clause, and I need to join with the second clause. For that, I'm going to use who. Who is going to help me to identify the noun. In this case, the indefinite pronoun. In other words, Dean got Jackie into the situation. You're the one who what? Got me into this. So I'm providing more information about the person, about my object. So do you have any question about point number one? Nicole?
Sorry, miss, my microphone was off.
Okay. Do you have any?
I was saying that I don't have any question.
Okay. So let's continue with point number 2. As I told you, the adjective clauses provide us more information. So let's listen to the second audio.
Adjective clauses begin with a relative pronoun. We can use the relative pronoun who or that when the subject of the adjective clause is a person.
I was the guy who sent the phony recording to Newsline. I was the guy that sent the phony recording to Newsline.
We use the relative pronoun that or which when the subject is a place or thing.
That was the break that was going to make me a star.
Or
That was the break which was going to make me a star.
don't you work in the Gower building?
No, I work in the building that's across from the Gower building.
Or
I work in the building which is across from the Gower building.
that is more common than which in informal conversation.
Okay, and now we're gonna talk about the adjective, the relative pronouns, right? We're gonna look for who, that, which, or where is it, which, and that again. Okay, we're going to identify the sentence, the name of each part of the sentence, right? This is going to be the pronoun or the noun, right? This is the noun. Then I have a connector, kind of. This sentence has a name. This is the adjective clause, right? Inside of this sentence, this adjective clause, I'm going to find this important connector, and it is called relative pronoun. Okay, so this is going to help me, as you know, as I told you before, the adjective clause, the only function it has is to provide more information about a noun. So the adjective clause is working on the guy. The relative pronoun is working on the guy. I was the guy. Okay, what? Who sent the phone recording to Newsline? So I find more information in this sentence, right? In this adjective clause. So we're gonna talk about specifically. We're gonna focus on the relative pronoun. This relative pronoun is gonna help us to identify the noun or the subject, but when it's a person, right? When the adjective, when the subject, where is my subject? The guy of my adjective clause is a person. In this case, it's guy. I was the guy who sent the phone recording to the client, right? We have an informal relative pronoun. It is that it works in the same way. That is working about the guy. The adjective clause is working on the guy. So this is more information, and everything is about the guy. That's the guy is the subject of my whole statement. This is the subject, right? This is the noun. Then we have another relative pronoun, and it is about, well, we're gonna use it when the subject is a place or thing. In this case, it's a thing, break. Okay, so I need to connect this I need to give more information about the break. That was the break. Okay, so what is going on with it? Your sentence is incomplete. That was the break, but what happened with the break, or what is that, or what happened? I don't know. So I need more information. So I'm going to use the relative pronoun that, right? it is working or it is helping me to identify the subject. Oh, I'm so sorry for the sound. Okay, and then the adjective clause again is giving us more information about what? About the break, about the noun. Okay. The last word, right? The last relative noun, it's similar to this one, right? But which is more formal, right? So in this case, that was the break, which was going to make me a start. It's a little bit more formal, but it is working as the same way as that, right? There is no difference. The only difference is the formality that we use for each situation, right? So once I identify the subject of my whole sentence, okay, in this case, it's the break, right? Everything is gonna work on there, right? So in the adjective clause, I'm finding more information about what? The break. I'm using the relative pronoun which. Why? Because of the break. And everything is about the object, the subject, okay? And then we have the receipt. Okay, we're gonna use, in this case, we're gonna identify our subject, okay? Is the building. I work in the building. What? I need more information about it, so this sentence is incomplete. So I need to give more information about the building, right? Across from the goer building. Okay, so I'm going to choose the relative pronoun. If my situation is an informal one, I'm gonna use that, only that. Or I work in the building, which, right? It's a little bit more formal than the first example, so I'm gonna decide the relative pronoun which, and then my adjective clause. The only function of it is providing more information. It is providing us more information. So that will be everything about the relative pronoun. Do you have any question, maybe? Is everything clear?
No.
Okay. So let's continue with the third one. As I told you before, right? The relative pronoun combines two sentences into one. You're going to notice that I have two sentences, right? Sally is a reporter. She's covering the story. I have two sentences. This is the story. It's airing tonight. So how can I join these two sentences into one? We're going to use the relative pronoun in order to join these two sentences that is talking about one subject. Okay, can you identify what is the subject in this first clause?
It's in the first clause is Talia and the second one is she.
Okay, so it's only one, right? Talia is a reporter and she's covering the story, right? So everything is about Talia. So it's a person. What relative pronoun could you choose for this sentence in order to join?
Excuse me?
What relative pronoun could you use to join these two sentences? We have two relative pronouns. The first one is who? And the other one is which.
Talia
So
is
which one?
who is covering the story.
Yes, great. How about the second one?
This is the story that is airing tonight.
Okay, what is the object? The story and it again. So let's see how can we combine these two sentences? I mean, these two sentences in the first one and the second one in one.
The relative pronoun combines two sentences into one sentence. Talia is the reporter. She's covering the story.
Okay.
Talia is the reporter who's covering the story.
This is the story. It's airing tonight.
Okay, so you have two options.
This is the story that's airing tonight.
Okay, we're using who because it's a little bit more formal. We can also use that, right? Tal is the reporter that's covering the story. Or in this case, we can use which. This is the story which is airing tonight. So as you can see, we're avoiding the repetition when we saw these two sentences apart. It could sound a little bit redundant, right? A kind of a repetition. Talia's the reporter, she's covering the story. No, why? Why am I going to repeat the information if the subject in this case, I will tell you, if I can combine these two sentences in one, and I can be more directly. So for that reason, we have this lesson, right, in order to avoid the repetition, to give to avoid the redundancy. Okay, do you have any question until this part? No. Okay, so let's continue with number 4.
Relative pronouns don't change forms. They're the same for singular and plural subjects. They're also the same for male and female subjects.
That's the man who works at Newsline.
Those are the women who work at Newsline.
Okay, something important, this is a rule about the relative clauses, is that the subject adjective clauses is that if we're going to choose for one relative pronoun or another one, it doesn't have any change, right? What do I mean with this? If I'm going to talk in singular, the relative pronoun doesn't change. It's not like whose, right? No, it doesn't exist. If I'm going to talk in plural, it is going to stay like that. It only has one form, right? It's not a verb to combine. So for that reason, the relative pronoun stays like that. If we're going to use any plural subject, any singular subject, it doesn't matter. It's not important for our relative pronoun because it is going to work at the same way. So, do you have any question about this point?
No. It's okay.
All right, thank you. And let's finish with the last point.
Notice that the verb in the adjective clause is singular if it refers to a singular subject. That's the reporter who works for Newsline. The verb is plural if it refers to a plural subject.
Those are the reporters who work for Newsline.
Okay, now this is another rule of the adjective clause, right? The only thing that you are going to modify is the verb, not the relative pronoun. That's the reporter, so the reporter is third person, right? So it is he, it's the same if I'm going to say he works, okay? So because it's third person and I'm talking in simple past, simple present tense, I'm using the rule of the simple present tense. That's the reporter who works, right? Don't forget, yes. The verb in the adjective clause is singular if it refers to a singular subject. Or if it's plural, the verb is going to work as in plural. So the reporters can be replaced by they. So I'm going to follow the rule of the third person, and then, so this is they. So it's impossible to add s. I only have to add s when I'm going to talk in third person. He, she, and it. Only on those cases. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So that will be everything about this lesson. Nicole, do you have any question?
No.
Okay, thank you. So now we're going to work. Give me a second, please. Okay. Right, please. Press this one. Okay, you know, something that we something that we there is a no, how can I explain it? There is a I'm going to share with you a document, right? This document is going to be for the whole class, right? For all the classes, I mean. So okay, I'm going to share with you in our meeting chat. Okay, can you please open it? In the meeting chat, you're going to find a link, right? You're gonna click on it. Then it is going to appear. You're gonna see a document, right? Okay. Once you open, please let me know. You're not gonna be able to write until you ask for a request. So you're gonna ask for it, and then I'm gonna share the document with you. Then you're gonna be available to write them. Do you get it?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So the first step
Like
is
a test or how?
I'm sorry.
It's like a test or
No. It's not like a test, but I'm going to explain you then. But first of all, you're gonna open the document.
I enter the Zoom.
It is in our meeting chat in Zoom.
Okay. Okay, I'm on the document.
All right. So try to write it. Try to write on it.
Okay.
You are not available, right?
No.
No estás disponible para escribir, ¿verdad?
But send a request.
Yes. Okay. Yes, thank you. I just get it. Okay. Ya le he compartido contigo. La vas a actualizar la página. Si te sales y vuelves a entrar también. Y ahí vamos a trabajar. ¿Ok?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So now we're going to suppose that I'm going to be your student, and then you're going to be the teacher. You're going to explain me the whole lesson, right? Try to use whatever example you consider for you, right? And then yes, that will be right. Okay, so do you get it, Nicole?
I just have to explain you as if I were a teacher, the lesson of today.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
well.
all. Okay, try to choose whatever example, and it's not going to be so long, right? I'm going to give you 5 minutes, right? You only have to write an example, and then with that example, you're going to be more clear, right? Luego, tal vez, trata de escoger un ejemplo, el que tú quieras, y con eso ya empiezas a explicar, right? Pero solo quiero de algún ejemplo, y ya después, al momento de explicar, ya ves cómo podrías desarrollar, tal vez subrayando la oración. Voy a copiar, a ver. Okay. Oh, something that I was forgetting before to continue. En person solo hemos visto who y what else? Which, right? We have more than that. I'm going to share my screen with you. And it's not difficult. It's similar to WH questions, right? Can you see my screen?
Yes. No.
Okay. So we only saw who and which, right? We have whom, whose, we already said that, when and where. And we finally have why, okay? So who is used for people as subjects? That's something we know. The difference with whom is that whom is a little bit more formal, right? Is used for people as objects, right? For example, the candidate won by a landslide. Many people admire him, okay? So I'm going to identify my object, the candidate, whom many people admire, won by a landslide. La diferencia tal vez en castellano está mal traducir, right? No, no recomiendo traducir, pero es quién y a quién, ¿ok? Para que te puedas ubicar. Esa es la gran diferencia. ¿Quién? Mi amigo, ¿quién? El candidato a quién muchas personas admiran, ¿ok? Esa es la diferencia. Muchas veces hay esta confusión con el who y el whom. ¿Ok? ¿Se entiende? Do you get it?
Yes. I get it.
All right. Thank you. We have whose to indicate possession, right? I admire Professor Brooks. His books were stolen. So admire Professor Brooks, whose books were stolen, right? Para indicar posesión, utilizamos whose, right? Can you identify the possession of this sentence?
Yes, but
Whose es similar a de quién, right?
okay.
De quién. I admired Professor Brooks de quién los libros fueron robados. ¿Ok? That es para todo. That es un comodín y es informal. Si puedes reemplazar a whose, a whom, a who, a which, when, where, right? Así que no hay problema. Es para situaciones más informales. Which is used for places, things, and introduces extra information about an already specific noun. We already learned how to use which and cuál. When and where, this doesn't need too much explanation, right? Se puede reemplazar a which para ser un poquito más, más precisos, ¿ok? Estamos hablando de una fecha, when. Estamos hablando de un lugar, big house, where Julie lives. And why is to introduce a noun clause. And my cousin ran away. I don't know why. I don't know why my cousin ran away. Desconozco o no sé por qué, ¿ok? Es para introducir a noun clause. So, do you have any question about these relative pronouns?
No, I don't have any questions.
All right, that's great. So with it, we're going to practice. Okay. So please, I'm going to give you until 47 to choose an example about the lesson, and then you're gonna explain it, okay?
I have to include all of these.
No, it's not necessary. Just choose one sentence or two, maybe, at least two. Yes, I would prefer 2 sentences. And then you're going to prepare your speech, right? Don't write your speech in the screen, just maybe in your notebook. So in that order, you're going to read and take notes, and for that order, you're going to develop your explanation. Okay? Do you get it? Any question, maybe?
And I have 5 minutes to prepare it.
Yes, 7 minutes.
Okay.
Right, so please go ahead. I'll be back in a minute, right? I'm gonna bring my bottle of water. So if you have any question, just ask in the chat, right? Give me a second. Okay, so you have 1 minute more. Okay, so it's time.
I finished, Miss.
Okay, thank you. So go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, talking about subject adjective clauses, we know that we can use this to explain or to replace uh, two clauses in just one. And first, I'm going to talk about that. And that is a word that is part of the subject adjective clauses that is informal. In the first example, we have two sentences. The first one is, I have a suitcase. The second one says, my suitcase is pink. So we find a common subject in both sentences, that is suitcase. Well, in order to have just one sentence that makes sense, replacing the subject and just using one of the first one, suitcase that is pink. Well, here we are using that because we are talking about a thing that is a suitcase. So in order to replace it, my suitcase, we're using that is with orange. The final sentence is, I have a suitcase that is pink in the first example. Then we have the word whom that is used for people, that is more formal than who, and we have to use it in, well, formal sentences instead of that or who. Well, we have, in this example, we have two clauses. The first one is, I met the president, and the second one is, he works in Bolivia. So in the second clause, we don't have directly the subject as the president, but we know that is a he. So he in the second clause is the subject. And here on the first sentence is the president. So we have this in common. And in order to only use one, we're going to use who, that is formal. And replace he of the second clause. And you only just copy of the sentence that we have, the first sentence that we have in this example. I met the president, and in order to only have one sentence, we put whom, replacing he, and we are using the third person, so the verb has to be in the third person, works, and the complement that is in Bolivia. That's all.
All right, thank you, Nico. I want to correct something. If we know that whom and who, these relative pronouns are formal. but we're going to use whom, right? When it's used for people as objects, okay? Who is for subjects. For example, I'm going to take the other, this other example that we saw in the PDF. Okay, in this case, this subject is the president, right? So that's the reason why we use whom, who. In this other one, the candidate won by a landslide. Many people admire him. In this case, we have the person that is the candidate, he. But it is working as object, right? That's the difference. So how can I change it? The candidate, whom the candidate whom many people, I'm going to many people admire. This is better information. The candidate whom many people admire. So this is not the object. This is not the subject. This is the object of the sentence. Okay, what does it mean? Is a person who receives the action, right? Un sujeto puede ser entendido como quien realiza la acción. Nos enfocamos en quien realiza. Él trabaja, right? Pero cuando nos enfocamos en el objeto, estamos diciendo que la acción recae sobre este sujeto. Esa es la diferencia entre el sujeto y el objeto de una oración. So if we're going to say the candidate is the object, so what does it mean? This whole sentence is working on the candidate. Many people admire, for example, the candidate for whom many people admire. Then I'm going to violence. Ok, independientemente de la formalidad que tengamos entre who y whom, la diferencia es que who trabaja cuando trabaja para personas, por supuesto, pero cuando son sujetos, subjects. Y who cuando trabaja con objects. Es decir, que la acción recae sobre un objeto. ¿Ok? Para que te puedas dar cuenta es de I met the president who, conocí al presidente quien trabaja en Bolivia. El candidato a quien, te das cuenta que ya hay una gran diferencia a quien, no digo el candidato quien muchas personas admiran, no, estoy diciendo el candidato a quien, es decir, que many people y el resto de la oración está trabajando sobre el objeto que es el the candidate. Estaría mal si yo digo who, the candidate who many people admire won by a landslide. El candidato quien muchas personas, ¿sí? Para decir a quién utilizamos whom, para decir que, hablando de personas, utilizamos who. ¿Ok?
Okay.
Do you get it now?
Yes.
All right, that's great. So I left some exercises below. If you have time, please do it, right? Are only 8 exercises. You're gonna join, right? Only if you have time because you also have the homework, right? So if you have, please, it's not gonna take you too much time, I imagine, because you only have to join these sentences in one using the correct relative clause for each one. Okay?
It's okay, Miss.
All right, thank you. So that will be because we finished the lesson. That will be everything for today. This is the class number. What number the class is this? I'm going to
4?
Yes, is this a 4th class?
Yes, but I'm not sure.
Yes, you can. Okay. A ver, dame un segundo. Por favor, voy a verificar. Ok. Entonces, no apareces en las notas. Ok, entonces, como creo que es la cuarta clase, la verdad, tengo que tomar clases. Ok, hemos pasado el martes, el miércoles, viernes no hemos pasado. Lunes tampoco hemos pasado, ¿verdad?
Jueves, no, viernes, sí.
A ver, hemos pasado clases el día martes,
Sí.
el día miércoles.
Es miércoles, viernes.
¿Viernes pasamos clases? No estoy segura si hemos pasado clases.
Creo que. I don't not remember.
No, my goodness, no. No me acuerdo, es que justo ayer me entregaron recién la planilla de asistencia y no estoy segura si pasamos el viernes. El viernes era, ¿qué fecha? 9. Entonces, sí hemos pasado. Oh, no, no. Pediste permiso para pasar directamente el lunes. Okay, Miss, can we have classes on Monday directly? Ok. Y pasamos el día sábado, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Ok, sí, ahora sí ya. Entonces, después, ok. Entonces, ¿y el lunes hemos pasado? Oh, sí, hemos pasado el lunes. ¿Verdad?
Eh,
Era el día que estabas enferma, creo. Y te uniste casi al final de la clase.
yes, it was that day.
Pero al final se pasó la clase, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Ok. Entonces, me parece como que si tuviéramos algo antes. Entonces, el lunes sí se ha pasado. Ok. Ya. El martes no hemos pasado, martes 3.
No.
Y tampoco ayer por el problema de conexión que se tuvo, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Ok, ok, yes, now it's okay. Entonces, bueno, en realidad me correspondía tomarte la encuesta en la anterior semana. Oh, no, está bien, pues estoy bien. Ok, entonces, por favor, no te vas a olvidar hacer la tarea y el examen, ¿ok? Entonces, nos estaríamos viendo el día de mañana a las 12. Creo que contigo es a las 12 mañana, ¿verdad?
It's at 10 a.m.
Oh, en la mañana. Ok. Entonces, I'm going to see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay, so I launched the poll. Can you please fill the first poll? When it's done, let me know.
It's done, miss.
Okay, I'm going to launch the second poll. Once it's done, let me know.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you. So, all right, so because we finished everything, that will be our, we're gonna stop until this part and I'm gonna see you on tomorrow at 10 a.m., right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your attention, Nico. It was great. Have a great